Welcome, Hive fans. Randy Ingersoll here from Play Hive Like a Champion. We'll be live streaming this afternoon at BoardSpace.net in round 3 of the BoardSpace Open. As you can see, we've got the lobby open. We've got Memoir CF is in the room. We don't have, let me see if I can get which glasses I can see better with. I think I'll have to use these. Memoir CF is in the room. We're waiting for S-Keeper 86. That's the match that's scheduled this afternoon. We do have some others in the lobby. Poopkin is in the lobby. Rob 5309, Confuddled. Those are all players in the tournament that's going on as well. There were a few matches played earlier this morning. We'll be reviewing them as well. And I'm hoping that Troy, make sure that I have an audio check. Troy, can you hear me? I have it set on delay, so there's I think about a 30-second delay between live and when it goes online. I'm trying that out in this broadcast this afternoon. So Pupkin is here. It's a new name, I think, for Demetrius Maximenkov. Used to be called Max Shark. So I'm glad you all are here with us this afternoon. Hopefully we'll get some good Hive in. While we're waiting, we can go ahead and look at a couple of the matches that were played earlier today. We'll scroll down here, open Review Room 80, and take a look at a couple of the games that were played earlier today as we are waiting. Lean Rascal and First Bass played. First Bass won both of their games. Here's the result from the first one, with First Bass playing white. And as you can see, it's just one step away. That's all it takes in a game of Hive, is one tempo, the difference between winning and losing. So hopefully they will be, the other opponent will be showing up this afternoon, S-Keeper. We're waiting for him now. We've got a minute left. It's 1 minute before 1700 GMT, so he's not late yet. Hawk 81 has joined the lobby. So S-Keeper 86 has joined the lobby, so our players are in the lobby. We should be starting soon, I hope. Be interesting to see live Hive here at BoardSpace.net. Now, as always, we want to thank Dave Dyer, the administrator at BoardSpace. He runs a great website. Doesn't cost us anything to play. No advertisements. No premium membership. Anybody is welcome to join, and we appreciate that, Dave. He's always looking to improve the site. He recently added the tournament timing rules, which had a little bit of a glitch in the early parts of this tournament, but they've been taken care of. If you want to play from your iPad or from your phone, you just need to make sure that you have the latest version of the app. He is continually looking to improve and add new games. The games that he adds here are typically games that aren't anywhere else. Most of the time they're combinatorial abstracts, but occasionally he'll run a Euro game in. So it's a great place to play here at BoardSpace. And Troy just made a comment, somehow I have subtracted 7 from 1700 and got noon his time. Believe me, I have messed up many times on trying to convert. I have to stop and think, okay, what's GMT, what's Eastern Standard Time, Eastern Daylight Time? And it looks like they're about ready to start. They're going to be playing in Game Room 1. They are opening, so let's join as a spectator. Here we are in Game Room 1. Let's do some moving around here, get the game in. I don't need to see any comments yet. I want to get the game room as big as possible. So it looks like Memoir CF is playing white. Opens with a grasshopper, as Keeper 86 responds with a ladybug. And as usual happens in most tournament high-level Hive, the queens come out very early. Of course, as you know, the earlier you get the queen out, the quicker your pieces can be moving. So both players play the queen as second. MRCF follows with a white ant. I'm going to find my phone. It's making noise. So where did I put it? I don't know where my phone is, and we may have to just live with the noise. So Keeper 86 opens with the Pillbug in line. And if you're following along with the Hive Lexicon series, I've been a little bit lax the last few weeks getting Hive Lexicon entries. I'm looking to try to get 1 entry a week, dropping back from 2 entries a week. And so I'm trying to do more live broadcasting, particularly during the tournament. So let's pay attention to what's going on here. And one of the Hive Lexicon entries that I continually get messed up from Joe Schultz's book, The Canon of Hive Groundwork, is the difference between anti-placement and anti-spawn. And here we have a very good example of black playing an anti-spawn defense. Notice how the black queen is sandwiched between the ladybug and the pillbug, so even if a white beetle gets atop the queen, there is no spot for a direct drop. Black is playing his ants in early. That's also a key in playing Hive, is getting your bugs in early, your ants. They're the most mobile, the best attackers, and the best defenders. So black has pinned a white ant. Both mosquitoes are free. Both have ant power, so let's see what the white mosquito is looking to do. Got 9 viewers. We appreciate all of you joining in. I'll be looking occasionally over here to my right. This is where my main big video is, my big display. So if you leave a comment, I would appreciate it. Troy Medler is on. He's already commented a couple times. We appreciate you being here, Troy. So Memoir CF, white playing white, attacks with the pillbug. A little bit of, attacks with the mosquito, a little bit of mosquito pillbug harassment. The black mosquito moves away, leaving the black pillbug pinned, so the white mosquito can't warp the black pillbug away at this point. Of course, by moving over and pinning the white ant, the black mosquito keeps ant movement, and it also frees up the black ant. Be interesting to see who can qualify for the win first. Both pillbugs are in place. Both pillbugs are in good defensive position. And Troy says there was a new BoardSpace update overnight. So if you're playing on a mobile device, make sure you update to the latest. This is round 3 of a 6-round Swiss tournament. The top 12 finishers will get invitations to the online World Championship later in the spring. White ant number 3 enters, and black ant pins it. Let's see if we can do a little bit of maneuvering here and get a little bit bigger. There we go. Of course, mobility is important. Keeping your bugs mobile gives you more options to both attack and defend. And so right now, here comes the white attack. White beetle coming in. Of course, that's the easiest way to qualify for the win. Or not necessarily the easiest way, but it's the way that is most common, is to get a beetle or mosquito atop the hive, covering either the opposing queen or the opposing pill bug. And so white is trying to free the beetle by filling the spot, forcing black to spend a move to keep the beetle pinned. And of course, what can happen here is another white ant can move into this spot, but in that spot, it does free the black pill bug to warp the black queen away. Hi, Blind Life. Blind Life has his own YouTube channel as well. He and I spend time together on Saturday afternoons on a YouTube tutorial channel designed to help YouTubers. It's called David Walsh Online. If you're interested in starting your own YouTube channel, very, very interesting, very, very informative YouTube channel, davidwalshonline.com. The timing here in this round of the BoardSpace Open is +10. It means that if you have used more than 10 minutes as compared to your opponent's time, then your opponent can require a forfeit. So let's take a look at time right now. Memoir CF is at 3:45, more than S-Keeper. The white spider spawns, and of course this is a very good example of an ambiguous spider. It can go this direction to pin the black, or pin the black ant, or it can go this direction and replace the pin on this black ant. But black brings in the third ant. This is one of the dangers when you self-pin your own ant. It gives the opponent the possibility of a tempo gained, and black took advantage of that by playing the third ant, which cannot get pinned. So the black ant will be available. So the white spider does some pin replacement. The black ant pins the white ant, and now the white ant here is free. It'll be interesting to see what the white ant will do. So right now it's important for black to keep the options open so that if the second white beetle comes in, that black will have a defense for it. So that's always early on in a tournament Hive game like this, where all three expansions are being used, the pill bug, the mosquito, and the ladybug. It's always a race to see who can qualify for the win first, who can get a beetle or mosquito atop the hive. And as you can see, black is beginning the assault with his first beetle. This is a common mistake that new Hive players make, and that is attacking the opponent's queen, surrounding the opponent's queen, is not the goal in Hive. That's just how you win. So if you notice, black is not pushing to surround the white queen right at this moment. Black is looking to play some defense and looking in the long term. The black spider is no question where it's going. 1, 2, 3 will go into this trigger spot right here. Trigger spot's another word coined by Joe Schultz in the Canon of Hive. A trigger spot is like a spot in an elbow, for example, where you fill this spot, the mosquito is free. So it will be a fight. The white pill bug moves forward. And now the white ant is free, and that will no longer be a trigger spot here momentarily. The black spider moves in, the white ant can escape. So it will be interesting to see how black responds here. One of the key skills in becoming a true Hive champion is bug counting. So you always want to keep track of how many bugs are available for both you and your opponent. So let's do a quick bug count. In reserve, white has 5 bugs in reserve, black has 5 bugs in reserve. So right at the moment, there's not a scenario where they have to worry about the number of bugs in reserve. Each player has mobile bugs and bugs in reserve, so bug counting right at the moment is not an issue. As you can see, what black did was, rather than allow the white ant to move away, the black mosquito, using the pill bug power, just recently given pill bug power, moved the ant, and now the black spider is in position to pin the white ant. And this is an interesting thing here at BoardSpace. I've made this comment before. There is no you touch it, you move it rule like there is in competitive chess. So you can pick up a piece, move it around, make your opponent think you're going to be placing it or moving it, put it back down and do something else. But white did not do that. The white ladybug came in. The black spider pinned the white ant. The white ladybug replaces the pin, which is very interesting. This is a non-traditional pin replacement. Now the white spider can pin the black ant. So right now it seems to be a fight for ant game supremacy. The ant game is who controls the outside of the hive by mobile ants. Right currently, white has 1 mobile ant, black has 1 mobile ant when the black spider moves, but black's ant is now currently pinned. The black spider replaces the pin. That's a more typical pin replacement. The black spider placing the pin on the white beetle, allowing the black ant to be used elsewhere. And of course it will be a fight here to see if this white beetle number 1, can be freed for an assault on the black queen. The term anti-placement defense is used as you control spawn points for your opponent, which black has done an exceptionally good job of controlling those spawn points so that the second white beetle does not have a spot near the black queen to spawn and attack. So we'll see what the S-Keeper might do as the white grasshopper spawns. He's picked up the second beetle. It'll be interesting to see if that second beetle, where that second beetle will enter. Under normal circumstances, the newly spawned white grasshopper would only have 2 spots to move to. One is to here, one is to there, but it does have the option with the pill bug to move it to here, which could then attack down into here. But currently, since white has not qualified for the win, if white does place a bug here, the black pill bug will warp the queen away. So that's always the consideration at the beginning of a game, is qualifying for the win. Do I have a method for doing so? And of course what black has done is, by moving this ant out to here, has given the possibility that black's second beetle can spawn and nothing can stop it from climbing atop the hive. So right now there's a lot of movement and counter movement. Nobody has a real attack going yet, although the white attack was close with the white mosquito and white beetle. But as long as the black pill bug is in place, the black queen is not under a lot of stress. So I am going to go take a look at the standings. So S-Keeper 86 has 5 points out of 8. Memoir CF . Oops, let's go to standings. Memoir CF has 4 points out of 8. So the winner here could very easily move up the standings. The black beetle has climbed atop the hive. So if black has enough bugs to execute the victory, black will be the first of the 2 players to qualify for the win. Memoir CF is sitting at 7.5 minutes plus, so time might be a consideration for white. Black beetle's continuing to move forward. Not necessarily a good move to move the white queen away. The white queen had 2 good defenders, the 2 grasshoppers, plus being adjacent the pill bug. What this does is, unless white does an anti-spawn defense by putting spawning a new bug in this position immediately to the left of the queen, the black beetle will be covering the white queen, allowing direct drop opportunities. And so even if white does sandwich the white queen in between, black has qualified for the win. This is another one of the 6 methods for qualifying for the win that mentioned by Joe Schultz in his book, Canada Hive Groundwork, is separating the queen from the pill bug. And white voluntarily did that here, which not necessarily a good thing. But the pill bug is a proximity pill bug, meaning that it's 2 steps away, so if the black beetle does move forward, of course we figured out what's going to happen is the white beetle gets pinned. When the black beetle moves forward, the pill bug will control these 2 spots, these 2 kill spots adjacent to the white queen. Now the question is, does black have enough bugs to win? Black has 3 grasshoppers in reserve. He needs four spaces filled. He has the ant and the beetle. So I would say that black does have enough bugs to win. See if white has a method. If white has a plan. So it's interesting that the black grasshoppers cannot easily attack or cannot easily spawn with a angle of attack. It'll have to use a hop around. So if the grasshopper spawns here, for example, and jumps, okay, that's another option. The black beetle's going to move out, cover the white beetle, and then give the grasshoppers spawn points where they can move in immediately. So spawn and attack. It doesn't look like white has a lot of options here. Making a ring is always a very careful consideration, because what can your opponent do to break the ring? I think if it were me, I would take the mosquito with beetle power and climb atop the pill bug. I'm hoping that Memoir CF and SKeeper86, neither of them are listening. We do have 12 concurrent viewers. I appreciate everybody joining this afternoon. If we think it becomes a problem with people listening, then what we may end up doing is doing a longer time delay. I don't know what, I use OBS, I don't know what the time delay that they allow. Right now we're on a 30-second delay. So SKeeper did move forward with the mosquito. And continuing move forward with the mosquito. Now we have a direct drop spot right here. And one of the questions a lot of people always ask is there an advantage for white being having the first move? And the answer is, I would rather play white than black. So I would have to say there is a little bit of an advantage with classic Hive with no expansions, there's a little bit of an advantage to white. As you add the first two expansions, the mosquito and the ladybug, that advantage increases. And when the pillbug came out, that advantage almost completely disappeared. In fact, you'll notice in tournament play, there's a lot of victories by black. And my phone made noise again. I wish I knew where it was. I hope it's not disturbing you. So the black grasshopper spawned in a direct drop spot. The black beetle moved out. White is playing defense now, but I don't think there's much that can be done. Black has two grasshoppers in reserve. And the mosquito and the beetle atop the hive. Black has done a very good job of controlling white's options. The two spiders down here are both pinning ants, so if either one of these spiders move, a black ant immediately attacks. There's no beneficial spot to spawn the last ant. And white has gone over the +10. So now we'll see how it works. As soon as white clicks done, it'll give black the opportunity to end the game with a time victory. So that's the way the timing works here. When you click done, the system looks at your time and determines whether you have gone over time or not. If you have, when you click done at that point, your opponent has the option of extending the time or taking the time forfeit. So what I may do here is click this little button here and see if there's any conversation going on. Nope. We need to have, I'll make a note here. Put a note in, Memoir CF needs to click done. Make a move in, then click done. And then S-keeper, oh, there we go, you figured it out. So Memoir CF resigned. So that's the other way you can end it if you resign. So game one goes to S-keeper 86. It's a very good example of defending against the white mosquito, white beetle, patiently waiting until you can get the beetle up, qualify for the win, and then move in. So game one to S-keeper 86 playing black. And as I was mentioning, in top level Hive competition, black does win quite often when there's a playing tournament Hive with all three expansions. So let's see where they're going to go next. Looks like S-keeper 86 is in room 4. And we will see what's going to happen here. Took about a half an hour for that game. So Memoir CF has joined. They haven't set the timing yet. Looks like they're getting ready to set the timing. Set it to 0 and 10. That means as soon as you've used more than 10 minutes more than your opponent can claim a victory on time. If you wanted to do it differently, you could set it, say, for example, 30 and 10, and then you would have to use at least 30 minutes and be 10 over. Let's join up in game room 4. Close the chat window. Move some things around here. I like here at BoardSpace, you can move the board around almost any way you want. You can change the tile size. There's actually a button up here. You can flip it 180 degrees if you want to see it from the other angle. So they very quickly, black has both the pill bug and the mosquito in place. White has not yet entered with the pill bug. If you haven't already seen my video regarding that, the announcement of it, the standard Hive opening encyclopedia, I came up with the first draft. I think it's fairly well complete on how to identify opening moves to make it easier to compare and study Hive openings. So SKeeper86 is doing a little bit of mosquito pill bug harassment, threatening to move the black queen away from the pill bug, or threatening to move the pill bug away from the black queen. And because it's very critical getting beetles atop the hive, what white has also done is created a beetle factory right here. Notice how this 4-bug combination creates a pocket right here, and a white beetle placed in that pocket cannot be pinned. The black queen moves away from the black pill bug, but still does have the black mosquito nearby. So let's see if white uses that beetle factory to bring in a beetle, or continues with more ants. That's usual in a game of Hive like this, is white ants come out early to control the exterior of the hive. Mosquitoes are critical as well, because they, as long as they have ant power, can move around anywhere on the hive and convert to a beetle very quickly. But neither the white mosquito nor the black mosquito have ant power right at the moment. Another white ant comes in, almost completely surrounding the beetle factory spot inside that pocket. So black still has 2 ants in reserve. But white does have 2 mobile ants. Neither player has attacked the opposing queen yet. So it will be interesting to see what black is planning here. Bringing in another ant will almost assuredly result in it getting pinned. Nope, did not. Brought a beetle in using the mosquito as a spawn point. Now black can force the mosquito atop the hive by placing a beetle here, and nothing can stop the mosquito from climbing up. White takes a tempo and pins the black ant number 1. And again, this is a very typical game of Hive. Both players looking to control the opposing pieces rather than doing a direct assault right at the beginning of the game. And the black beetle comes in. And if black wants to, black can force the mosquito atop the hive. So will white place the beetle in the beetle factory? Nope. Continues with another ant. Now here's a little bit of a tactic to always keep in mind. When there's an elbow situation like this, with the trigger spot right here, if white can get a bug into that trigger spot, possibility of the white mosquito gaining beetle power and climbing up. The only option black would have would be to warp the pill bug away. Using the pill bug, warp the mosquito away, but it would be being warped toward the black queen. So it'd be interesting to see what would happen there. So now the black ant climbs up, and the white ant looks like it might attack. Of course, choosing this spot here removes this spot here as a potential spawn point. And again, S-Keeper is doing a good job of controlling spawn points for his opponent. Now white can force a beetle up, placing a beetle on either this ant or that ant, and black cannot stop it from climbing atop the hive. I shouldn't say that. Black cannot stop a beetle from climbing atop the hive. If black pins this beetle, then this beetle climbs up. So game 2 right currently is leaning toward S-Keeper 86 as well. Timing is not an issue right now. Memoir CF is at 1.5 minutes and climbing. The black beetle is moving back toward defense. The white beetle moves in, and is the black beetle going to cover it? Now the question is, does white have a method for qualifying for the win? If a white bug occupies this spot, freeing the mosquito, of course the black pill bug can just warp the mosquito over. But with no nearby beetle, the black mosquito cannot gain beetle power. The best it could do would be to jump. Of course, the white still has a mobile ant. Black still has an ant in reserve. So let's take a quick look here. White does not have an easy way to get the mosquito atop the hive, because the black pill bug can warp the white mosquito away. So this will be very interesting. Of course, this is still really early in the tournament. Round 3 out of 6. We had a preliminary round, and then we've had 2 rounds so far. So the 3 rounds following this one. So this early, losing this early does not necessarily disqualify one for the final 12 spots. Let's take an interesting tactic here. By moving to that spot, it essentially immobilizes the black grasshopper. Because if the black grasshopper jumps in, then white takes the kill shot. That's an interesting way of immobilizing another bug. Of course, the black spider, dual purpose. The black spider is anchoring down the white beetle, allowing the black beetle to move, but it's also threatening to pin the white ant. And if black pins the white ant, that might be an advantage. It could give black a spot closer to the white queen to bring in the last beetle. Again, playing for controlling the outside of the hive, white may want to consider pinning the black ant. If black can hold out the attack, he does have some good bugs in reserve. He does have a ladybug, a beetle, and an ant in reserve. Again, typically the white spider only has 2 movements when it moves in, but with the white mosquito having pill bug power, the spider has 3 additional spots that it can move to. So it has 5 movement spots rather than its just typical 2. The other thing that move did, which is very interesting, is it created another trigger spot right here. And with the grasshopper unable to move, if the white ant moves to this spot, or if a white grasshopper moves to here and jumps to there, nothing can stop the white beetle from climbing atop the hive. So white did a good job of coming up with a method to get a bug atop the hive to qualify for the win. And of course, if white can get the beetle up, the beetle can move over, cover the mosquito, and then there's no good defenders. The ant pinned against the black queen is not a good defender, and the pill bug, even though it's a proximity pill bug, if the mosquito's covered, as long as this is the kill shot taken into that spot, white should be able to come up with the win. That's one of the things I love about this game. At first glance, it seems to be very simple, but it's it can be very, very complex in the strategies and tactics involved. Hence the reason I was able to write a book, Play Hive Like a Champion, and Joe Schultz was able to write his book, Canon of Hive Groundwork. And of course, if you haven't seen it, Frank Greasy has another very good book, A Beginner's Guide to Hive. Interesting, still not looking to free that mosquito. Now, of course, the last mobile white ant that's not already attacking is available to pin any critical bug that black should bring in. So we're approaching the 1 hour mark. I appreciate everybody joining us. We just went to 12 concurrent viewers. Thank you very much for joining. I hope you're enjoying this live broadcast between SKeeper86 and Memoir CF. Game 2 went to SKeeper86 playing black. Now the black ladybug came in. Where can the black ladybug go? The black ladybug can go to here, freeing the black mosquito. That would create a bunch of different things, because if the black mosquito were able to get free, vacating this spot, then the black grasshopper would gain movement again. Now, of course, the black grasshopper can jump, but it jumps away, which doesn't provide any benefit. So the question will be, in this situation, I don't think black has much chance of winning, even though he does have an ant and a beetle still in reserve. Here comes the black ant, pinning down the white beetle underneath the black beetle, so the black beetle can move forward if needs to. And yes, Tyler Adams says, I got 2 people to give this a shot at my local game night. Even they said this game was intense, but good. Thanks, Tyler. Thanks for introducing more people to Hive. Again, white determined that the black ant was more vital than the black ladybug. And the black ladybug did what I expected, which frees the black mosquito. And if you notice, it may seem kind of strange that white did not place an inline pin on this ant, but if you notice, the black mosquito has grasshopper power, and if the ant were in line, the black mosquito could jump immediately out. The white grasshopper spawns with an angle of attack to the spot if it were to be vacated by the black mosquito. Forming a ring, you always have to be very careful about forming a ring. How can your opponent break the ring? And that's what I would have done if it were me. Break the ring by warping the black pillbug away. Now white has a bug with a angle of attack to this spot, and then the white ant would be available to take the win. Black could, in theory, and I agree, Tyler, I think that it's very important that new players start with just Classic Hive, not introduce the expansion pieces until after they've become familiar with the Classic Hive pieces. That's one of the concerns I have with Hive Pocket, is because it has the 2 expansions with it, people would buy Hive Pocket with both expansions, or Hive Carbon with both expansions, and then realize that there's a reasonably large white advantage when playing with all the expansions. So I like the idea that Classic Hive does not have all the expansions. And so here the white attack begins. The white grasshopper fills the penultimate spot. And I don't think there's anything that black can do now that the black beetle has moved away. The black beetle could, in theory, have placed a block to that final spot by moving to here. But now I don't think there's anything that black can do. Oh, you can go 1, 2, 3, and place the block with the spider. Nothing the pillbug can do to defend. The black grasshopper obviously can't move. That would be committing suicide. If the black... So the only thing black can do to prolong the agony would be 1, 2, 3, would place a gate here, placing a block to that spot. But that would just be a matter of time. Nope, he decides to fall on his own sword. Two very good games this afternoon. S-Keeper 86 won both of them. So he'll be adding 4 points to his score at the end of 3 rounds, moving up solidly into the top 15. Of course, the top 12 will be moving on to the Hive Online World Championship starting later in the spring. So that was a good game. Let's open up the chat box and see. S-Keeper86 says, goodbye, see you later. Memoir CF, good luck in the rest of the tournament, and they both quit. So 2 very good games this afternoon. S-Keeper86 ended out on top on both of them. I don't know when the next live Hive broadcast will be, live stream. It will probably be next Sunday afternoon if there's games scheduled. Round 3 is scheduled to end at 2300 GMT next Sunday. So that would be 7 p.m. my time, 1900 p.m. my time. So there will be time enough on Sunday afternoon if there is a match yet to be played. So be watching. I'm going to be posting a video here shortly with a full description of the standard Hive opening encyclopedia. If you haven't already downloaded a free copy, check out the Hive news that was posted yesterday. Hive news for Saturday the 15th of May. There is a link in that video to the lulu.com spot where you can download a free PDF copy. If you'd rather not do it through Lulu, you can send me an email at randyplayshive@gmail.com and I'll send you a free copy. Thanks for joining us this afternoon for this live stream of this Hive tournament match between Memoir CF and S-Keeper86. Congratulations to S-Keeper for winning both games, scoring 4 points. So Tyler Adams has just noticed he could use a spider on the white beetle, preventing it from moving to place a block. Yep. Is the game balanced? Ben Slagala says, is the game balanced? I mean, does white have the same chance of winning as black? The answer is yes. The game is very balanced. The classic Hive is very balanced. That classic Hive is with no expansions. White has a very, very small advantage. Once you add the mosquito and ladybug, that white advantage expands, gets bigger. But with the introduction of the pillbug, it's reasonably agreed that it is very, very balanced. So yes, white does have the same balance, same chance of winning as black. So I appreciate everybody watching. We had a good little over an hour live stream this afternoon. Be watching for future live streams. I will be live streaming throughout the rest of the summer into the championship as well. And if you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe. Click the notification bell. Sometimes there will be a last-minute live stream if there's a particularly good tournament match going on, and I have the opportunity to do so. So Shark Max says, thank you for translation. I appreciate you joining. Shark Max, are you the same Shark Max. That used to be Max Shark. That's now Pupkin. Appreciate you joining us this afternoon. So I'm going to be calling it a day for this afternoon. I appreciate you joining me. Be watching for future live streams. From the Play Hive Like a Champion YouTube channel, this is Randy Ingersoll signing off for this afternoon. I hope you all have a great Sunday afternoon and a great week. Stay safe.